Hey everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. Today, I'm just gonna show you what we're doing. We're gonna be making a nice little meal for lunch. Paul's going to be grilling and he'll be talking a little bit more about first time grilling. And I just thought I would make some great little sides and I'll show you those too. But first, cutting the watermelon. Wish me luck. And by luck, I wish it's hopefully nice and edible and nice and ripe and not overly ripe where it gets gritty. That's not always fun. So, do you guys have any tips on finding the perfect watermelon? I feel like I have the spots, the little, the nicks in it and stuff, but honestly, sometimes I think the farmers do that to all of them just to make them look like we're all looking for the same thing because they're very, very similar, all of them. Anyways, it's kind of heavy. So first off, I'm going to be making, just cleaning some potatoes. So I'm going to get those ready. And my goal is to make a cheese ball so that we can have that as a snack throughout the day and the rest of the weekend. So you can also see that I have on a dress. I have a couple of Zoom meetings this evening. Plus, we're also going to be helping our friend unload a truck with moving stuff. So, it's gonna be busy and I might have to change, but at least I'm ready for our Zoom meetings later. So let me start cutting this up. Let me know in the comments if you do something special for your meals on the weekends. So I like cutting my watermelon on top of a plastic grocery bag because then I can cut out the pieces and then just throw the rinds right away in the bag. And I also just have a towel here just in case I have a spillage. So I'm gonna cut that up and it looks really good, you guys. Right behind me, I am making like a potpourri of sorts. I had some lemons and oranges and I just added a little bit of vanilla and I'm having that going and it's smelling up the kitchen very nicely because we did have, what did we eat for dinner last night? Oh, I made some indoor burgers and so it was kind of smelling a little smoky in here. So now it's gonna smell like wonderful watermelon and this lovely summertime potpourri. All right, it is wonderful. We're ready to eat it. In fact, I put some on a little plate behind me because that was near the rind. And so I thought Ezra could start mowing on that. But every time I cut a watermelon and I have the rinds, it makes me miss my chickens. I used to have like a half a dozen chickens. And whenever I cut a watermelon, that was like their favorite treat in the summer. They would just eat whatever was left on the rind and it was kind of fun to watch them. So I don't have them anymore, but at least I know how to take care of them and raise them if I want to do it again. We did that for about 3 years. But now I have the fruits of my labor. So now I'm just gonna get ready for some baked potatoes. Totally easy. So I just put in the potatoes and now we're gonna go outside and see what Paul's doing. I know he has some great tips for any of you that are starting to smoke, that are still pretty amateur, that want some good tips. We're gonna go see what he's doing right now. Hey, Paul.
Hello.
What you doing?
Just cleaning the Traeger.
So that's something he does every time he grills?
But I clean the grates every time, but maybe I do the full clean about every 5 times.
Are you doing a full clean right now? Oh, wonderful. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and as you can see, it is nearly 90 degrees in the shade. I kind of think this thermometer runs a little warmer too. But we have a little breeze, so it doesn't feel quite that hot. All right, so Paul just put a part of the grill up there. And is this gonna come apart too?
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody gets a brand new Traeger, should they be seasoning the grates or anything like that?
You can season the Traeger. It is just it's as simple as running the smoke through it for a while, just like you would do like a cast iron pan or Dutch oven. Okay. You just season it with a little heat.
All right. So they easily come apart. Now you don't have this on right now.
No. No, it's not on.
Because we just talked about seasoning. So is that foil on the bottom?
Yeah, this is a drip pan, and I line it with foil.
Is that something that you highly recommend?
Yes. Traeger makes a liner that you can just drop in.
Okay.
Easier, but they're more expensive.
More expensive. So a heavy duty foil would be
perfect.
Perfect. Okay. This is the empty Traeger contraption.
Not quite empty yet.
Not quite empty?
No, because this is the heat shield here.
Oh. Oh, and you're going to vacuum all of that up.
Yep, you can see in the fire pot how much ash gets built up in there.
I see.
And around here, that can cause a fire if you don't take care of it.
So how often should somebody be vacuuming that up?
My manual recommends about every 10 grills.
10 grills, okay.
But I do it about every 4 or 5.
Okay. And he's taking really good care of this griller. This smoker / grill. So, yeah, I didn't realize it gets that ashy. It looks like Paul has 2 layers of the heavy duty foil, and he says he's probably going to keep the bottom layer.
Actually, I didn't see how bad it was. So.
Okay, so most times you can keep the second layer or the bottom layer?
If it's not too bad.
Okay.
This one's really not bad, but
it's got a lot of burnt right there, so that could, change some of the flavorings maybe.
It could. It's minimal, but it could.
Okay, so he's just going to use a little hand vac, or you can use a shop vac to suck up all of those ashes. He's just breaking up some of that ash to suck it up easier. Okay. I've had a couple of you ask about this vacuum, and I really can't recommend it yet because I'm not a fan of it. But I have a couple on my Amazon list that I can't wait to try. This one was just like a $50, $60 one at Target. It's done its job for the last year or two, but it hasn't been the best. All right, so Paul's just doing a light cleanup. What kind of spray and cleaner is that?
It's a citrus safe barbecue grill cleaner.
And then that's probably like in the barbecue sections. You can get them at like
we got
Lowe's.
this one at Lowe's.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Traeger makes one also, but I have this, so I'm not going to buy the Traeger one until
that one's out.
This one's gone.
You're kind of like committed to their brand, huh?
I do. I like it. I am. I like this stuff.
Oh, good. Now Paul's putting on his 2 new layers of foil, and it's a little breezy outside. It makes it a little bit more challenging, but he can do it. He's got it. Now what are you going to do?
Okay, so now we have to start the grill again, but we started without anything on it. So what it does is it'll start feeding pellets again. The heating element will light the pellets, and that's how you do your initial smoke after every clean. So once it starts smoking, then I'll start putting it back together.
Okay, and it won't be too hot for your hands or anything like that to do that?
No, it's quick and.
Okay.
No, it won't be too hot.
Let's see it.
So just gonna turn it on.
To like smoke?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what it does is there's a big, it's almost like a drill bit in here, and it turns. There's a fan, and it's starting to feed pellets down here. You can see it.
Yeah, I see the pellets.
So they'll hit a heating element down there, and this works like a convection oven, so the heat will rotate around. So it's starting to drop those pellets, and as soon as it lights again, I'll start putting everything back together.
That's funny. I never knew that it did that. So it looks like we're going to start seeing something getting warm or hot.
In fact, I think you can smell it a little bit. The heating element's right underneath this tube right here. It's feeding the pellets. Smell it.
It smells something. Oh yeah, I can smell like a light smoke.
So it's happening all underneath those pellets right there.
Oh, very interesting. And now it is starting to smoke. Okay, so now Paul's going to start putting everything back together again.
So start with the heat shield.
So it's just remembering what goes next.
Yeah, cheesecake.
Yeah, it's only a few parts. And then after you put everything together, do you just let it run for a little bit?
Well, I'm gonna put the meat on now.
Oh yeah, I guess so. You can see so now it's smoking pretty good. Okay, and there you go, guys. How to clean and start your Traeger 101. Wasn't that just so interesting? I had never even seen the inside of the grill, to be honest. So, I mean, like the underneath part. So that was pretty interesting to me. So Paul's getting that ready to put a steak on, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. But I thought I would get started on making the cheese ball. So I'm getting started on putting a cheese ball together, although I'm thinking I might not make it into a ball. The ball is really for good presentation. You have people coming over, having a fight night, whatever. It would make a beautiful snack, really. So I think for our family, I just might make it into the bowl and just serve it with the crackers. So I do like doing the fun stuff too with our family, but it just seems like it would be a lot easier just to do it like this. So I'm just taking a jalapeno and I'm gonna de-seed it. Paul probably won't care if I left the seeds in, but I think the rest of us, I'm a little sensitive to things super spicy, and not that I think, I know a lot of you will think that jalapenos aren't spicy. They are to me. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that in here. I'm just gonna give it a rough chop because I use my immersion blender when I'm putting this in, and so I'm gonna put the cream cheese in there and get that all blended, and then I'll start adding the rest of the stuff. Not a lot. You'll need some pineapple, some pecans, and then some seasonings. I'm just gonna add some pineapple, like crushed pineapple, pretty drained out. We don't want too much liquid in this. And then I'm gonna add my second block plus a teaspoon of seasoned salt and some dehydrated onions, and then get that blended in, and then I'll just stir in the nuts. And then so like I said, I crushed my pecans. Now I just got one of the bags. I can't remember what it was, but I got a small bag, like in the baking area, and it was pecan halves, and so I just used the whole thing. You need about 2 cups, so I would normally mix half of this into the mixture, and then I would roll it in a saran wrap and keep that refrigerated, and then for about an hour or so, and then I would use the other half to kind of just roll it. But today, we're just going to mix. Pecans are one of my favorite. I love them. They're so good in the fall. I have a really good chocolate pecan pie recipe. Oh, so good. And then you're just gonna mix these in. It has like a light green hue because of the jalapeno, but the original recipe calls for bell peppers, and you can even go hotter if you can handle it. I think it's time to start tasting it. Paul, you wanna try? Yes. All right, I think it's ready. All right, as he said that he wanted to try it. Paul too. Do you like that?
That's good.
Good? So I'll just keep this in the refrigerator and we'll just eat from that. Now while the steak is on the grill, we have a little snack. Good, huh? Mm-hmm. All right, so Paul has meat on there. There's some London broil. Wow, that looks so good. So he marinated this overnight. We just got like a special sauce like at the store. I think they sell tons of different kinds of bottled marinades, and yeah. So this one's a new one for us, so hopefully it'll be good. It smells good.
It was actually a brisket marinade, and so...
Yeah, so how much longer do you think?
I just moved it up on the top rack where it's a little hotter, so I don't know, maybe half hour or so.
Okay, I had to move this away from Ezra because he was enjoying it a little too much. Is it good?
Yeah.
All right. And what are we doing right now? Watching some Fam Bam. Is that your favorite show?
Yeah.
Right. Paul just brought this in. Now these crispy pieces, those are just the fat, right? That's grizzle.
Yeah.
So that will be off anyways. And looks really good. So We had been grilling, because normally these come in a 2-pack, and we have so much leftover. In fact, I have a freezer bag full of just like leftover barbecue that I'm going to use in a different recipe soon. But I figured just the one would be perfect for a lunch. What do you think, Paul?
I think it would be perfect.
Yeah, so thanks for showing us like how to take care of the grill. And it's just important to take care of your grill, whatever it is.
For sure, you gotta clean it. Nobody wants that nastiness in their food.
And it will make the grill last longer.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so we're gonna get ready for lunch. Gotta get these potatoes going too. Thanks for stopping by the channel, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to Paul for giving us those tips for grilling. You can marinate your meat, you can put seasonings on them. Whatever it is, it's going to make it even better on a grill or a smoker for sure. So I will link below the cheese ball recipe, and now it's time to eat. So thanks for stopping by, and stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.